It's your boy Goody Drew, and my cat's here too. Go kitty. And my squeaky chair, squeaky ass chair here too. So rest in peace. Anyway, y'all noticing the light? It's always when it doesn't. Kitty, wait. I'm also not wearing my jacket because I'm lazy. Sometimes I wear it. I don't know. I guess it's a part of my style, but usually I don't. I just wear it usually for my videos. Don't fucking matter. Hey, come here. Anyway, y'all, let's talk more about psychology. Or, I feel like talking more about it. You know, sometimes I have my own theories or own opinions or ideas on, how I think the human mind works. Like I'm some 6-year-old scientist, but I'm just a 17-year-old kid that has these while he's like depressed as fuck on a fucking Roblox game or whatever. You know, ain't that right, little kitty? Ain't that fucking right? Yeah, it's right, little kitty. It's right. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is something I've been thinking about every once in a while, and how I feel like our behavioral traits, or I guess things that we like to do that I guess defines ourselves, or just anything. It could be like up from like a behavioral traits to like a favorite music, personal likes, personal dislikes, personal weird habits, like I don't know, eating lemons while riding a motorcycle or whatever the heck. I feel like anything. It can go from a weird trait, a weird habit, your personal likes or dislikes, or just taste in certain things. I've been thinking, I'm pretty sure this is an obvious one, is that it all kind of comes from like, our personality deep inside. And I mean, like, that one's kind of a no-brainer. Like, no fucking shit. Of course I like things based off of my personality. Of course, like, if I was a certain personality, of course I'd like what I like based off of how the world shaped me, or how my brain was shaped, how I think. Of course, I will have opinions on certain things like that. Oh my god. I love you, kitty, but you're low-key super fucking horny for affection right now. It's honestly getting on my nerves. Kitty. I love you, kitty. Just come here, right? Anyway, kitties aside, let's talk about what I'm trying to say about my psychological theory or whatever the fuck. Oh my god. God damn it. What the hell? Dog. Maybe I'll just talk from here, because, like, this cat over here is, like, really fucking horny for affection. Anyway, as I was saying, what the fuck was I saying? Well, look what you've done, bro. Oh, yeah, I guess my theory on, like, how, we think and how it, it changes our traits. So, another thing, like, here's a really good example. If you ask me my favorite taste of music, if you ask me what's the music genre that I like, that you say that I resonate with. And no, it's not hip-hop as much as I love rapping. It's remix-type music, actually. Oh my god, what the fuck? Stop! It's remix-type music, which is kind of why I like hip-hop, because hip-hop uses similar techniques. They're just, like, better remix versions, because, like, the other remix stuff is, like, shit on Newgrounds, and it's bad, it's terrible. But you know what I mean? I like music that takes other music and mixes it together. My favorite music is usually alternative hip-hop with iconic samples, because when the samples are iconic and are things that we already know of, it's like a remix. And the reason I think I like remix-type music is because it's kind of me too. I feel like I'm like super fucking autistic, and I like getting things all mishmashed, all scrambled up, all like whatever. I like having things all chaotic, I think. And I feel like I like having things out of order, but like having more or two things at the same time, like my brain's like the internet. There's two tabs, and one of them is like porn, and the other one is like a screaming cat, and the other one is like my cat, or like my friends on Roblox telling me about how they're getting like gang raped by some stupid gang on like freaking nursing home simulator or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And like I feel like that's like my brain. It's chaotic, and obviously I'm not the only one. Many people are like that, but I kind of like it that way. I like it when things are chaotic, actually. I don't just take this into music, I take this into other stuff. When I play games, I want to do stuff by combining it and trying to make it as chaotic as fucking possible. When I play Mario Kart, I'm not that good, but I can be good at certain times, but can't control it. Instead of like drifting whenever you have to drift. I'm trying to drift at all times, trying to make my turns as crazy as possible to gain as much speed. And like I'm acting like this isn't normal. I know other people do that, but that's me. It's the same with other games. When I play first person shooter games, I know other people do this too. But like I started with the technique of always jumping, crawling, spamming weapons, and I mean, yeah, I guess that kind of sounds like a noob thing, but I mean, like that's literally my technique. That's all I do. I like do that as fast as possible because I don't know, it feels good to do things when it's like freaking mishmashed, chaotic, or whatever the fuck. And I think I take that into the taste of my music, and that's what I'm kind of saying. I have the trait of like I don't know, combining things together and doing whatever the heck. I think it's another reason why I used to, I don't know if many people know this, I used to really love to be into glitch hunting, except that's extremely hard. But they do the same thing. I found glitches extremely interesting because they kind of like take things that you wouldn't expect. It's like doing the unexpected. By taking things that are familiar and making it into something unfamiliar. And it's the same thing. My favorite humor, if you ask me, I mean, of course, it's memes, but my favorite humor in terms of memes are meme humor that makes no goddamn sense because it's everything. It's literally fucking everything. Is that right? Is that right? Little kitty. Like, you know, like those memes where it's just like, it shows like a guy on the floor like, eating the lettuce or whatever the fuck, or you know the memes like, me and the boys at 3 a.m. looking for beans. Those memes make no goddamn sense. They combine all things that are familiar with us, but in the most absurd ways ever. It's all mixed, mashed together, and I find that funny. And I think, this is what I'm saying, I think like this is applied for everyone. I think like by understanding certain people's tastes in humor, music, video games, whatever the fuck, you could also, in a way, theoretically, in my opinion, understand like where they're coming from with like I don't know, how they think or like what is their preferred tastes. And I feel like that's the thing with me. I like hip hop mostly because they mix things together, but I'm trying to keep myself sane. It's the same thing, you know, when I dance, I freaking dance crazy. I like, here, let me show you. I'm not trying to go too hard, I'm sorry. Charlie's probably incredibly jealous by my extremely bad dance moves right now, but when I dance or do anything, I like going chaotic. I go all out. I try to mix mash fucking everything, and I'm not just saying that to be cool, because I feel like some people are like, oh yeah, I try to do everything. You guys don't try it. I do the unexpected. I just do that because I'm fucking tastic. You know, that's the thing with me. And it's the same thing. It applies to my drawings, anything. I'm getting a little off topic, but I feel like that's the thing. And I don't know. Like, I don't know, this is kind of what I'm saying. And here's another theory. Like, I think I heard this, this is, like, I don't know. My opinion. I know someone who, in my opinion, is very emo, very dark, right? But they act that way. But they don't make it their personality. This person actually doesn't make it their personality. Actually, instead, they make it their personality to be laid back. They're super into Disney princess movies, even though they're like super freaking buff, like super doing weird things. They listen to K-pop all the time. And the reason, my theory, is because as emo as this person is, deep inside, they're just a laid-back person that likes doing laid-back things. It's just that what we see from the outside is how they act. And the same thing is, you know, with how they talk, too. Because though they might say emo things, they don't make it their personality. If you ask them for advice, they would reply with laid-back things. Even if they say it in an emo way, it's not their intent. And that's another thing that I feel like it differentiates the way people behave versus the way people genuinely think. Sometimes people behave in a way that might be emo. I feel like I've been told it's the same thing with me, but that's not my genuine personality. I don't try to define myself as someone that's fucking emo. Same with that person. That person, in my opinion, seems really broody, super buff, whatever the heck, but like they're like very laid back, and it's like whatever, it's like the opposite. And I feel like you could even notice that with their tastes. When they play games, they keep it simple, they keep it laid back, simple, and they be very logical with what they do. They play games, they do it like that. Same with drawing. Actually, they're very good at drawing, but when they draw, they do it in a way where it's like they do it in the right steps. They keep it simple but not too simple, but laid back enough to make it so it's like it's all like structured together. You know what I mean? It's kind of like proper. Like, it's the same thing, like, with everything. And you notice that, like, with like, what they do or whatever. And I could name many other people. And I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes people would think that maybe it applies to certain things. Like, if you know someone's music taste, then you'll know their personality, which I guess is true. But I feel like some people are like, oh, people don't understand that by knowing music taste is like it's a key to knowing the personality. I mean, like, yeah, but I feel like that's the same with many other things. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And there's also people that have like multiple personalities. I feel bad for them. And then there's also people that have don't even know what the personality is. There's some people that like legit I feel like don't even know who they are, and they just behave off of others' behaviors, and it's to the point where their personality isn't even their personality. You don't even know that. And you know what? I think that's extremely common. I feel like almost everyone, like not almost everyone, but I'm pretty sure a big majority of people have that problem. It's like a fraud type personality. You aren't you. You think you are, but you are what others are. You don't know who you are. I don't know. That's a whole topic for another day. I'm kind of like that too, but I mean like people that where it's their entire personality is not even being their personality. It's just being others. And I guess when it comes to that's kind of that's very sad. Whatever the fuck. And you know what I mean? That red little kitty. I don't know. And I feel like I don't know. I just been thinking about it because I guess it's the same with like weird traits that people have. Like even like you can apply to weird traits. I'm trying to think of weird traits I have. I can't really think of any that yeah, I can't really think of any that are like really weird. Like you got like biting nails, but like everyone does that when they're a kid. I just old and I do that. I guess that's weird. I don't know. I mean, I bought my shirt, but that has nothing to do with the topic. But who cares? I don't really care if I say that. But I don't know. I feel like that the same thing applies because I notice this with others that have traits that you might consider weird. But then those weird traits also apply to the things they do. It could be like, let's say the person makes music. It could be in their music. It could be in their art style if they draw. It could be in their videos if they make videos. I'm thinking of many other people, and I feel like I even notice the same thing with celebrities or YouTubers. I don't know. I feel like when you see YouTubers or people that play games, they have a certain gameplay style, and I feel like it also kind of works with their certain personality style. Again, I'm not 100% sure about this. This is, in my opinion, a theory. I would like to think it as a fact, but I feel like it's not provable, or I can't make it provable. And who knows, like maybe like what I think, maybe that's just a part of it, and maybe there's like way more to it. But I just been thinking about it a lot, and I've been thinking that's really interesting. You know, I have another theory. Kanye West, his music is perfect. It goes beyond like what we think of. It literally goes beyond all boundaries, and it combines everything that can make something good and turn that together. It mix mashes in a perfect way. It does it where it's being able to create a certain specific feeling. It's being able to resonate with certain specifics of everything to make something new. And I think that's the same thing with himself. Another thing that I feel like comes to it is that because it's so perfect, it's like prideful, just like his personality itself. But what I think is that okay, this is a whole theory. I don't know much about Kanye West, but I think some of his opinions, though I don't really agree with them, I do feel like I can see why he thinks what he thinks, even the controversial ones. And I'm not here to like make a controversy because again, I don't know much about like him as a person. But I do think that maybe in the future, I bet you years from now, who knows, people are just going to keep saying, oh, we're wrong. He had a point. Not saying I agree with it. Like, some of the stuff he's saying is just straight up crazy and just, like, things you can't fucking do. But, like, I feel like some people, I'm not, like, saying this, like, saying that people are crazy, but some people would act like there's no logic to it. And though I guess it's true, though I agree that like, what he's saying is wrong, I feel like lots of people don't see the logic in some of the things he's coming from. This is my opinion, because I feel like when he talks about things that are just going beyond social norms, I feel like I can kind of understand that. Though I disagree with his main statement, I do agree with what he's saying, and I feel like sometimes people, like, don't really, I don't know. Again, I'm no, like, person on that, and I feel like the same thing applies to his music as well, you know? Like, him as a person, he goes beyond these things that I feel like only certain people could see that I guess we don't really allow, especially in this mainstream view. Same thing happens in his music. He's taking things, especially from, like, producing wise of music that would be dead, music that we don't really know of, and combining it together to create something new. And I think it's not that I think he sees other perspectives. I feel like he's just being able to link feelings with senses, kind of like hearing something and the feeling of what we hear. And I feel like that plays very well into music, which is why I think he's so good at producing, because he's also able to understand the other things in the past or any other stuff that connects it in a way, and he puts that together. And I feel like when you get something like that, it's the same thing. Like he's saying things that I feel like is a combination of stuff, like I don't know, like a combination of like other culture things, but he all does it in a way where it all comes to a certain feeling. Either it all comes where he like taking many other people's words and combining them all into a feeling where it's inspirational, or recent examples where he's taken all of it to make it into something extremely bad and extremely not appropriate. Like the the opinions we heard like a year or two ago, like the now Kanye West. But again, I think that's a part of him. I feel like he's able to link these things and create feelings out of it. I don't know. I'm explaining this like it's some fucking JoJo stand or My Hero Academia quirk. But whatever the hell. That's how I think of it. And I don't know. I think the same thing with like many other rappers or YouTubers or whatever the hell. I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to share my opinion. I mean, like this, in a way, it's kind of obvious. But I find it really interesting. Because like, that makes me think. Next time you see someone that has weird traits or weird tastes or whatever, not to sound like cringe as fuck like a Disney movie, but next time you see someone with weird traits, maybe think that's probably shows who they are as a person. I don't know. That was like a really cringe ass Disney XD quote at the end. I don't know why the fuck I added that. Yeah, good drew out. Bye y'all.